Good day, crafty chums. Oh, here we go, look. Good day, crafty chums, it's Nikki here, and welcome to my channel. I think there's an advert running. Oh my goodness, that's the first time I've ever had an advert run as soon as I go on a live stream. How weird is that? Hang on, let me skip this thing. Skip. How dare it run an ad before I'm even ready? For goodness sake. Okay, let's get it going. Right, I'm a day late because I had to go to work yesterday on my day off. Oh, the joys of working. Oh, look at that, and the sun's just like on the mat. Hi, Peg. Oh, look, and now I've got sunshine. I'm not going to moan about that. Let's just pull the curtain across, see if I could take some of the glare off. Maybe move the mat a bit or some camera. Let's see. Oh, that just makes it worse, doesn't it? How are you, Peg? I think Ian just went to sleep or something. He was there a second ago. Oh, yes. I was all ready to do something yesterday and then I got the call into work. It's just like never ending. People need to stop phoning in sick and just do their shifts. Oh, if they did their shift, then I wouldn't have to cover it. I've had a day off properly in a month now. Feeling a little bit tired. Hi, Susan. How are you? Oh, I was going to grab a water because I've got a bit of a sore throat. So I've just got to go out and grab that water. Forgot. Be back in a minute. Oh, you sit down and you think you're all prepared, but you're not really. Yeah, this is what actually this is what the live streaming index card thing does for me. It just gives me a chance to breathe, spend some time with some crafty peeps, have a bit of a chit chat, and yeah, see what's going on in the world. Yeah, I'm not doing anything breathtaking here. I'm just relaxing and regrouping, as you say. Regrouping, I like that. So I've got some index card size pieces of paper. I choose to do the 3x5 index cards, 3 inches by 5 inches. I know you can get different sizes, 4x6, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, I just got I might do a black and white one today. Might do more if the feeling takes me. Ooh, next door has got a delivery of something. I'm just being the nosy neighbour now. Shall I twitch the curtain? Nosy neighbours. Yes, I just saw a van pull up, and it's not for me. Although I do have some pastels on order. I'm just waiting for those to come in. I just signed up for a little drawing class online, and it's using pastels. I've never used them before, so I thought I'd just hop on and get a little drawing lesson to, up, and it's only a few hours worth and see what it's like. But the colours that I've ordered to go along with the lesson have to come from Auckland, so it take a little bit of a while to get down to the South Island from the North Island. So that'll be nice. I only had to order a couple of colours, but yeah, don't have pastels, so yeah, hard and soft pastels, and a couple of pencil pastels too. I had great fun last week. Working with the charcoal pencil and gesso. I thought it was a lot of fun, a lot of smudgy fun. A lot of smudgy fun. I really enjoyed that, actually. It was great fun. Great fun. So I've got some bits of paper here that I thought, you know, that I've pulled out that I think I'm going to be using. Some napkins, paper, and I've also got some little bits from last week that I'm going to put on the one. I'll probably put it on the black and leave this for the white. Maybe I'll do 3. Maybe I will do 3. I enjoyed doing the 3 last week, so let's see if I'll do 3 this week. Yeah, I realised that, Ian. It's probably 2:30 or something, is it? 2:30 a.m., 2:36 a.m., if I'm right. Have you been busy, or have you just been out? So, yes. So what I am going to do is, of course, you just start. I might save this one for something else that I've got going on. Something else. It's always something else. It's the way the cookie crumbles. I've just been finishing a bit of art, yeah. Thought it must be sometimes I can't sleep at night and I'll come in and just play. Just play. I enjoy that. Nothing better, I think, than just, you know, relaxing, coming in and relaxing a little bit. Right, I'm totally out of Mod Podge, so I'm going to be using my matte medium. I don't like using it because it's more expensive than Mod Podge to use. Or I do have a little bit of the white glue left, but it's watered down too much for this to stick down properly. So I need to get some more to thicken it up a little bit. It's too watery. But I've just ordered the pastels. So it would be nice to have everything at one time, but life doesn't work like that for me. I just have to wait a little bit longer, you know. I can just order something every now and again. I sort of like, I don't like the fact that I have to use my my matte gel medium for this, but you know. Also as well, it just takes a little bit to get that little bit of adhesion down with it as well. It's not like instant like it is with the Mod Podge, you know. It just takes a little bit, and usually you have to put a little bit of pressure on it as well. Oh yeah, you'll be glad when that art fair is over. Yes. I understand they take a lot of preparing, don't they? Hi, Susan. How are you, sweetie? So, I was watching something this morning that now I forget her name, which is really, really bad to me, that Studio Silver Creek posted on her Facebook page. Is it Julie? I'm so bad at names. I'm just horrendous with names. And it was this artist who does who likes to do collage and painting. And it was like, oh yes, collage under painting, or painting over the top of collage. Now there's a thing. There's a thing. Oh, never thought of that one, eh? Nice abstract pieces as well. So, you know. And he was saying that, of course, if you got something and it's not sticking down, it's because you haven't put enough glue on. Now, who'd have thought? Oh dear. Anywho. So although it looks like I'm placing these down very carefully, I'm not. They are just going down randomly. Oh, I like this. There's this little word on there and it says dirt bag. All my art is covered with all these little words that maybe, you know, shouldn't be on screen too much. I think it's hilarious. If you look at my collages and things like that, you can see lots of them. As I said before, I get a lot of my books and things from secondhand stores, and the books that I find mostly in there are thrillers and, you know, a little bit gruesome, some of them. Oh, look. Oh, no, look. Let's pull that one up. Because although it's random, I don't like it to be that random. Started that one again. Got a little square here I'm going to put on. There you go. Okay, let's pull that one off and then hi Amber Crafts, thanks for joining me and the others. Yes, if ever I've sent you anything, have a good look at those words on those bits of paper. You'll never know what you'll come across. Although if it's too bad, I do try and hide it, but oh, you know. Oh, you know. Hi, Pauline. You know how it is. Okay, just gonna let that dry a little bit, and let's have a look. I'm probably going to put this on, which is the old jelly plate, because it's nice and bright. And it usually goes well on a black, being nice and bright. Let's layer up. It's gear done. Thought I might like to use some of those dye inks that I have. Might be nice. Oh yeah, overthinking it, yeah. Sometimes it's difficult not to overthink it, but it certainly is a lot of fun and helps to use up all the stuff you have left over on your desk. I often have lots of things left over on my desk. Try not to hoard. And I try not to hoard. It's going to be 3 cards maybe, and no, I'm not going to glue them together. This is just my relaxation time after a horrible hectic time at work. It's just, you know, Index Card Sunday is supposed to be my relax time, my chill out, my chill, and my favorite place to be. So the ones that I did last week, I've got them down now in my little album that I made. It's quite hard to do it with the camera this close, isn't it? So these were the ones that I did last week, and oh yeah, there was that one there as well, which was cute. And these 2 here also, which is good. And I've just got one more space in here, and then I'm going to call this one done. I'm going to put one more on here, and then it will be time for another album. I never actually thought I'd get to finish this one because I made it so big. Chunky monkey one. Chunky monkey. Yeah, I'm just getting the layers down now, so this will be just putting on layers. So here we go with some more layers. Layers, layers, layers. Thanks, Pauline. So I say, this is my happy space where I get to relax and unwind. Got to stick these down all nice and get her done. I was going to do some more image transfers, but I decided not to because I'm like that. I decide to do something, and then at the last second before I go live, I decide not to do that. Yeah. I have lots of fun with the image transfers, but you know, you don't have to keep doing the same thing each week, do you? Yeah, I did do a video on the book. If I can find it, I'll link it to you. I can't remember whether I put it under albums or just under the index card. Under the index card playlist. That's the word I was looking for. Playlist. Now, usually when I have something like this one, where I've got bits of cardstock and everything all there, I like to put the backing from a paper napkin over it. It's my little thing that I do. Now, if I could find my, don't have my sellotape out. Oh, I do have washi though. Washi doesn't work too well on this. Oh, right. You haven't tried the image transfer yet. I have lots of fun with the image transfer. So that's how I pull the backing off these napkins, is using a technique that I first learnt from Crafty Irina. And she learnt it from someone else, I believe, but I don't know who that was. But Crafty Irina, on how to separate the napkins easily. So full props to her for that one. Oh, you'll look for it. Good. That'll save me having to bother to I've actually got several little albums on my playlist album channel, but yes, different ones for different years. I try to do a different one each year, and I've just realized that on December this year it will be my fifth year of YouTube. You think after all this time I'd be able to talk? 5 years on YouTube, but I can't talk yet. Makes me laugh. 5 years and still a small channel. Mind you, I haven't been able to upload all the time because of all the travel I've been doing. I've just pulled the edge off that one, so I'll just pop it back on. Sometimes my little fat thumb gets in the way, because I do have a little fat thumb. Stick that one down a bit more and look for something else now to go on this one. Just cut this off, the excess off. I would do the water trick on it, but my fat thumb's playing up. So I'll just cut it instead. I can set it out the way to dry for a little bit. I don't know whether you've seen it, the water trick, but I've never managed to get to do it live on a live stream. So hey ho. Lots of things never work out on lives that you're able to do on videos. Nikki, you can talk, but no one is listening. Huh? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say again? I'm just looking for more layers to put on. So hold the fort, chappies. Still got this beautiful border that I was sent, so I'm going to put that on there. It's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I've got to look at see what that lorry was delivering, and now it's already gone. I'm not a very good nosy neighbour, am I? Put it on the white card. Oh, never mind. The water trick, that's the one where you wet your brush, and on this tissue here, I'll show you, but it never works out for me, so yeah. So you wet your brush, and then you what you do is you just put put it along the edge of your tissue paper, and then it just comes off like that to save you having to cut it. And that's the water trick there with tissue paper. People, when they're really skilled at it, can get their images out of the tissue paper as well, using the water and just going around it. But I'm not that person. I got 2 white cards here. And I've also got another one of these. So let's see. It has to go that way, doesn't it? So I'm working my way slowly through these. Hi, Natalie. But I want to put more on there before I do anything like that. I think I'm going to go for a different color. Let's see. I actually build this up in pastel colors because that's quite strong and bold. This one's going to be, I don't know what this one's going to be yet. I usually make up my mind as I go along and then change it, so don't worry. These are jelly prints that didn't quite, you know, they're like the rub-offs and the, you know, pick up colors and things like that. So the ghost prints and things, because the ghost prints are my favorite parts of jelly plate printing. Yeah, soft brush. Soft brush and lots of practice, I think. I'm not really overthinking this, but I am sort of like now looking to fill in spaces. So I'm still trying to not overthink it, but you have to think about it a certain amount. You have to think about it for a little bit. Now, this isn't mixed media paper or watercolor paper. Sometimes I do it on, sometimes I do it with a colored book paper, you know, adult coloring book paper. Sometimes I'll do it just with the index card itself, but as I say, I've run out and got no more money to spend on my art supplies at the moment, so that has to wait because I did my last order for the pastels, so I just got to wait another little while before I can order anything else. Even though index cards don't actually cost much, just don't have the money right for it right now. So these keep slipping out of view, don't they? But I was just trying to get out of the sun, which is coming down here, there. I can't see it on here until I look in the screen. Is there a theme? No, I never have a theme. Theme? What's that? What's a theme? No, I just do this for relaxation, and there's no plan. I just use up I'll use up what bits and pieces I've got left over from what I've been making during the week, or I just sit down and play with the supplies I have. So I never have a theme. So I should do, I suppose, but I never do. I just play. It's all about relaxation for me after work. Just play. I tried doing themes and things for people to follow along if they wanted to, but that didn't work out, so why bother? Just, it's just about me pleasing myself. Is it good? Right. Thanks, Peg. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. See you again soon. Bye. Is it cold in New Zealand? Yes, but it's lovely and sunny. Sunny, sunny, sunny. Right, this one here, I'm actually going to put a bit on this card and then a bit on this one as well. Yeah, there seems no point in, you know, like trying to pick a theme or anything, hoping people will play along, because they don't. My 5 years has taught me that they're only going to play along if they want to. Freezing in Canberra, yes. Yeah, it's cold. We've not made it into double digits today, I don't think. I do have 2 long layers on. I've got this one and my other long layer, but I'm not having to sit on top of the radiator today like I was the other day. As I say, no double digits. You just bought some at Dollar Tree, but you have to glue 3 together. Yeah, I am. On one of the ones that I did, on these that I did last week, this is the adult doodling colouring book paper that I had. And so I did my collage on the top of it, and I've just backed it with some cardstock just to thicken it up a little bit. And it's all cardstock in colours that I don't use, so I just use the cardstock I don't like and put it on the back. So, you know, I'm not losing anything too special with it. So there you go. And this is the doodle, adult colouring doodle page thing as well, which is really, really thin. But I didn't actually glue it down until after I finished. You know, I let it dry off completely, and then I glue it down. Yeah, you're not there yet, though. Woo! Yeah, we are in the afternoon here now, though. It's just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and this will be the warmest that it will be, I think. And I'm still yet to go for my walk today. I'll do that at some point soon. Have you gone to bed, Ian? Oh, right. No, you're still there. You said bye, Peg. thought maybe you'd gone to bed now, Ian. Still haven't decided really what I'm doing. So I'm just playing until, you know, I get to that point where I think, yes, now I know. And that's how it always is for me in mixed media, is that I just keep mixing with the media until I go, yes, that's it. That's what I want. So this is a little bit plain. So what I'm going to do with this one here is drop some colour on. Well, do it with I'll actually do it with this. So I've got green on there, so I'll go green and blue. We'll get another bit of paper to catch the little bits underneath. Just waiting on some things drying, yeah. Actually, I already have the tutorial for my album. It's in my playlist, but I don't know whether it's in my index card playlist or my albums playlist. Yeah. So there you go. Look, Susan just answered for me too. Okay, you going now, Ian? Are you? Can you please show what this mixed media paper is? Mixed media paper is. Are you asking because Natalie, are you asking because I said it's not mixed media paper? I think I've got some here. I'll just show you what it is. So with mixed media paper, you can actually buy it in great big pads, and they cost a little bit of money. and this does too. But I bought what I've got here is some Canson printmaking and mixed media sheets. So this is all different kinds of paper here that I have here to play with, that that you can use to do lots of mixed media work on. Some of it's, so they say some of it's with printmaking, but what it is that it's really, really thick cardstock, and some of it will be smooth and some of it will be thick. And this is all different colours as well, this one. So yeah, and it's lots of fun, and some of them are plasticized too. So you know, got the plastic coating on, plastic papers, and they're just like this one here. This doesn't show very well, but this one here is it's like photographic paper is what it's like. You know, that you print your photographs on out of the computer. That's the best way I can describe it, because it's like paper on the back, but it's got a plastic covering on the top, and it doesn't show very well there. But this is all mixed media paper, and you can buy mixed media paper in huge sheets. You know, Canson do it, and Jayla Rowney do it. So I've got, you know, you can buy it in larger sheets as well, pads as well. And this is one of my larger ones here. Nice, Ian. Thanks for joining me. So this is a mixed media one, and what it does is that it takes mixed media techniques really, really, really well. it takes collage, it takes ink, it takes gesso, it takes water, it takes, you know, it's called mixed media because you can mix media the bejeebers out of it and not pill and ruin the paper. So so yeah, this is one of the pads that you can buy, and it's called mixed media paper, and it's for paper for multi techniques, which is what I'm doing on these small cards, but I'm just using thin cardstock, and sometimes if you put lots of water on it pills, you can get the same results from watercolor paper as well, which is kind of like what this is, but and sometimes I use watercolor paper to do the techniques on also, but you know, this takes acrylics, it takes watercolor, it takes you know, ink, it takes, you can just wet it all, so you know, it's like it's beautiful little, you know, watercolor, acrylic paint, oil pastels, you know, just lots of lovely stuff. So, you know, there you go. And so this is when the mixed media, as it comes in a pad. Did I put it away? Did I put it away? And this is how you can buy it in. You can buy it in a little pad with different sheets in as well, and it has varying thicknesses and different surfaces. And one of the ones that it has is a plastic surface, a plastic coating one, which is like photographic paper. And as I say, you can't actually see it, but you can't actually see it on this one, but it's got like a plastic coating on. It's like paper on the back, but it's got a plastic coating on the front, and this would be like the paper that you use in a printer to print out your photographs. So that's a mixed media sheet, printmaking and mixed media. Yeah, I bought this one at an art store. We've got a big art store in Christchurch, so and I hang out and go and fondle all the art stuff there. And yes, so 5 sheets in 5 colours on this one. Lots of fun to play with. Oh, Nikki, can you please share the packaging again? Someone knocked at the door. Oh, do a flip through. They're beautiful. Did you buy it in an art store? Laurie, she isn't listening to us. Laurie, I see that. Hi, Laurie. What did you want to flip through? I thought I did a flip through. I'd have to move my camera if I do full size flip through. Now look what I did while I was doing that. I made it all mixed media. Yeah, so this is just ordinary cardstock I'm using here, and you can abuse it to a certain extent, but you can't abuse it like you can abuse mixed media paper. You know what I mean? Let's just take some of this up then. Waste not, want not. Yeah, so the mixed media takes the abuse that you can't give these pieces that kind of abuse. You can, but it's going to do, it might peel, it might, you know, it was warp, and although they say it goes back because paper doesn't have a memory. Try telling that to some of the pieces that I make. I swear it does have a memory. Memory of the warped shape you put it into. Hang on. Oh no, I'm gonna take that off my desk. I just this bit that's spilt here, I just went all over my desk there, so I'm just rubbing it off. So there we go. Was that okay for the mixed media paper? If you can ever afford to go out and buy one of the big pads, do it, because you'll have lots of fun with it. You can cut it down. You don't have to keep it as a big pad. You can cut down the sheets, you know, and use it for whatever you want. It's I do use watercolor paper in my index cards. This isn't really an index card, it's just index card size, but index cards are even thinner than cardstock, so, you know. You know how it goes. So I'm just going to trim this up because I don't want that hanging over, even though it doesn't really matter. I'm starting to get messy now, look. I'm starting to get my hands dirty. Don't you love it when you start getting dirty? No, I'm not using mixed media right now. I said I wasn't using mixed media right now. I do have some watercolor paper already cut up, ready to go, which I also use as well, but not today. I thought I had these bits of cardstock around, so I just cut them. They'd already had stuff cut out, so I just cut them down into index card size shape. So size, shape, size. Right. So I like to do this. Mucks your pens up, but I like to do it. I just like mark making is, you know, mark making is mark making, and I do like to mark make as I go too. Now I won't use red because I haven't used red on there. I'll use green though. Right. I'm feeling the need. I haven't used any modelling paste for ages, so I'm actually feeling the need to get a stencil and use some modelling paste, which will take forever to dry, but you know how it is. So I'm going to, on these two, I think. I don't think I'm going to use that on there, but I'm going to use it on these two. As you can see, I never clean my stencils. I'm a bad, bad girl. So bite me. The theme is blue. There you go. My theme is blue. My theme is don't use mixed media paper. I'm a bad, bad girl. Look at that. It's I should take off these crusty little bits at the top. I'm a bad girl. I've had this modelling paste for ages. Came off the boat with me, so that shows you how long it's been around. Got to start using up my supplies a little bit more. Supplies. Now, hopefully, this is still a little bit damp and some of the colour will come through. the modelling paste, because that's what happens. Is, you know, if it's still wet, the colours will come through, and that's okay if you don't mind the colours mixing and spreading, which I don't. It's not the end of the world. See, look, this is getting a bit gooey, this one. Yeah, I've definitely got to start using this up. Okay. I'm a bad girl. Who washes their stencils? Come on, hands up. Or should I say, who doesn't? Hands up. Me, don't, I don't. Oh, look. Now I've even got blue in there now. I'm so bad. Hey, it's mixed media. It's all about having fun, not being uptight about your stuff. The only thing I do actually, the only thing I do is that I occasionally try and clean off my my heat gun, but only occasionally. You wash your stencils, there you go. I've got lots of paper stencils and things, so if you don't wash those, they thicken up and you get more use out of them. Of course, you can't wash those. Susan, I don't. I'm a bad girl. I told you I'm a bad girl. What happens is quite often is when it starts drying up and that, I'll just pick it off. You know, if it blocks the hole or anything, I'll pick it off. I'm a bad crafter. Bad. I used to wash my stencils when I first had them, and then of course then I was on the boat and it just wasn't possible. So because you saved your water for drinking and surviving, so I just stopped doing it. Hey, look, I would never tell you not to wash them. Obviously, it extends their life, and whatever. See, look, you're very good, Natalie. See, look, I keep a tray of water next to me and put them in with my tools. Then when I finish, I take them to the sink and wash them. Does it look like I wash my tools? I don't think so. So, I'm a bad girl. Spank me. I'm so bad. Oh, look at this. See, look. This has even got glittery stuff all over it. I don't wash them. See, I don't wash them. That one's got modelling paste all over it too. Wash them if you want. Not telling you not to. I'm just telling you I don't bother with mine. This is one of my paper ones that I used last week, I think it was. I've got modelling paste on there. As I say, this is a sort of like a really, this is a papery one. And so the more, you've got to make sure that when you dry them, you're not drying it onto anything that will stick to it. But the more painting that you have on there, the stronger the paper ones get, because of course you're putting a coat of plaster on there, so you know, plastic on there, so then it just strengthens them up. So yeah, I've got quite a few paper ones. Don't wash ink or paint. Just depends, I suppose, how bad it was. It's yeah, I won't wash the one I just used. I'll just dry it off, make sure it's not on anything when I, you know, stuck to anything when I dry it, like paper. If it's not stuck to anything, then I'm not going to rip it or get a hole clogged with paper when I put it up to put away. But hey, Peg would be horrified, because I think Peg washes all hers. She's another one that keeps a bucket by the side of her and puts her stencils into a bucket and then washes them off, which is great. She's a good girl. She's a goodly girl. Now, and what I do I can use this one because it's a thin one. I was going to say what I would do normally now is Mod Podge over this, because I want to seal it a little bit. But I've got some watered down glue here, so I'm going to use that, because I don't want this ink to come up when the next bit I put on here. I don't want it, look, it's come up otherwise. It's got a nice covering, that has, of blue. I'm going through my blue period. I was looking for the top for that, but of course it's just a little milk bottle thing, so no top on there. That's funny. Well, it amused me. I'm going to have to knock that colour back now with a bit of gesso, because it's gone all blue. Even though it's acrylic, I knew that would run. Then we'll seal it in, get a little bit of gesso over the top just to knock back a little bit of the blue, and then I'll go on to the next part with that. Funny blue. I have to do boring housework after this, so if I procrastinate, it's because I don't want to do the housework. But I've got a house inspection tomorrow, and so I've got to, you know, make sure all the floors are washed and cleaned properly, that I don't have cobwebs hanging around, there's no mold on the windowsills, and you know, blah 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 blah. Oh, I love those house inspections, don't you? Everybody who rents, don't you love the house inspections? For some reason, I want to put gold on this one. Gold! Not the leaf that I had, gold leaf I had trouble with last week. I'm going to use gold paint or something. Much easier. And that gave me a hard time, that gold last week. So I'm just going to pop a bit of gesso on this just to knock back that blue a little bit. Oh. I might just get that corner that's come up. Just knock that over, so I'll pick that up. Don't let anyone in without a warrant. Yeah. But they'll probably come when I'm at work, so they have the keys to the door. And you're not allowed to refuse them entry either. Supposedly. Why do I always do that? Why do I always put out too much gesso? Why? Oh man. Gesso, what am I going to do with you? Wipe you up. Gotta put out less gesso. If you see me head for the gesso, tell me to not put out so much. Oh, I got a little bit of stuff here that I didn't use. I'll just put this on as another layer. I could pop it on this one actually. This isn't covering very well yet. Yeah, okay, I'll put it on that one. And now I'm into funny voices. I must be getting tired. Oh man. I have to take my cat out the house as well. Take him around to my daughter's. Get rid of any evidence of cat in the house. Because I'm not allowed to have a cat. I'm so bad. I'm a naughty girl. Naughty, naughty girl. Oh dear. You're all quiet out there today. Me too. Just gonna dry it off a little bit again. And then we'll see what we will do with it. I feel like sea on this one. Gold sea. We'll put a little boat in there. Hi, dancing with footballs. Whose name I do know, but I can't remember. I'm bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad. I'm obviously having a really bad day today. Bad girls, bad girls. What you gonna do when they come for you? I've been here 2 3/4 months. I sound like a child telling you how old I am now. Like, 5 3/4. Not even 3 months yet. And they come round every 3 months. It's Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. I really should do what everybody else does and write down the names, but then you forget to look at your list. Oh, I've got just around my arm. Should be wearing my art apron. Oh, that's nice. I used to own my own house too, but not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. That'll do. Oh, that's nice. 2. Let's go for the pink. There's not a bit of pink on there. I'm going to go for the pink. Hi, Sue. I am making index cards, and apparently my theme is blue. I didn't have a theme, but I've been told my theme is blue. And I'm about to change that because I'm going pink now. Take no notice of me as well. I'm a bit mad today. A little bit mad. A little bit cray-cray. I've got to be careful my fat thumb doesn't go through the napkin this time, all right? I don't think they look beautiful yet, but they should do by the time I'm finished. And if they don't, oh well. It's all about the process, not the not. It's all about the the journey and not the destination. Isn't that what they say? It's all about the journey and not the destination. So I'm just going to dry this layer off, and then I'm going to put these couple of girls on there, I think. When I tore these out, I thought I already had the backing off, but I didn't. So now I've got to be gently, gently. Just dry it off again. iCAD challenge almost over. Oh, you've had an iCAD challenge, have you? I just make index cards and been doing that for several years now. this I used to have Nikki's Index Card Sunday. That was the title of it. And I used to make index cards every Sunday, and I've just brought it back because it makes me happy. But yeah, I had to change the name of it because they froze my index card channel thing, index card things, and did some weird things, you know, when they were going through all that trouble at the beginning of the year or end of last year. And so I stopped making index cards for a while, and now I brought it back. My Index Card Sunday, because I like making index cards on a Sunday because it's my relaxing day. But today actually is Monday, and I couldn't make them yesterday, which is supposedly my day off, and because I had to go into work. That's why I say supposedly day off. Actually haven't had a day off in a month. And now my daughter's just messaged me and said that my granddaughter wants me to go and cut her hair. Because in a previous life, I used to be a hairdresser. Oh, thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. Yeah, many years ago, I used to be a hairdresser. And I still cut family hair, but I don't bother doing anyone else's because life's too short. Yeah, I have mixed colour into gesso, and you'll see that on previous videos, different times. I went through a stage of it, and also mixing colour into modelling paste too, and all that stuff. Just saying, you know, I've been doing this for. Ooh, I actually thought I was quite new to crafting, but and I still am. But my channel's been going since December 2013. I was shocked actually when I saw that, when I was looking for some things on my channel. I hadn't actually realised. Of course, I didn't get into mixed media until a little bit later on. I was just card making. That's what I did when I first started, just made cards. And I still make cards, I just don't major on it now. I just, you know, I make cards. Usually I've got lots of stamps and things from making cards, but I actually normally just use my mixed media things for it. I use my index cards as a way to relax and to use up the scraps on my table and make a little bit of art. And if I produce a really nice piece, what I do is I scan it into my printer, and then I use the image to make greetings cards. And that's what I do with mine. You know, I just use this to relax, and there is no purpose, there is no aim for it, but to chill out after work. So yeah, and that's what I do with mine. I met Eileen 3 years ago now. I've never met her in real life, but we're good buddies. I actually think it may even be 4 years now. You see it? Yeah, card making too. Yeah, I'm not that attached to my cards and that anymore. But I know that my family keep the cards. If I send my family cards, so that's what I majorly do. I have sold lots in the past, but I don't really make them anymore to be sold because it's too much time and effort. You know, to do something like this, you just never make your money back on it, do you? Hi, Ross. I can never find that. I keep looking up here for this switch that's down here, and how many years have I had this? I don't know, but there is no switch up here. Makes me laugh. Roz, I was thinking it was something like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was thinking, what are you doing up? Because that's the time that Eileen and I are now streaming, is actually at 5 o'clock in the morning, my time, because that's the only time we can get together with my work schedule. So yeah, it's not very good. It's got to get that one corner down. It's not quite sticking down, so I'm going to get it down. By hook or by crook, it will stick down. Yeah. The only time that Eileen and I don't talk is on the weekend, where I let her have time with her family. Weekends are her family time. So yeah. So that's the only time we don't chat. We chat every other day otherwise. Every day otherwise. I'm a support worker, Natalie. I help keep people who have accidents and injuries in their homes. So that's what I am. That's what I do now. It's fabulous work. It's just not paid very well, and I have to use my own car, and fuel has gone up this year, and fuel has gone up, and although we get a fuel allowance from work, because we're using our own transport to go and visit clients in their homes, the allowance hasn't gone up with the fuel that's gone up, and fuel is set to go up a whole $1 this year. It's up already. It's up. It's just gone up again. So already this year it's gone up by 30 cents a litre, and by the end of the year it will have risen up a whole $1 a litre. And so I may have to look for other work where I don't have to travel in between clients. Like physical therapy, no, it will be doing things like so say you've had a shoulder operation and you need help with shopping, housework, cooking, cleaning, showering, doing your hair, getting your clothes on, getting your clothes off, all that kind of stuff. There's one lady I go to where for 4 mornings a week I go and walking, and we do about 5 kilometers on her time, because that's what she needs, is someone that can go walking with her, because she had a stroke and she lost her eyesight, so that's walking. So yeah, all kinds of things. I do all kinds of things, child minding, just like it's very, very varied, and I get to see lots of the countryside here, which is fabulous. But as I say, the fuel prices have gone up and the allowances haven't gone up in line with them. So I may no longer be able to afford to do the job that I really enjoy doing. So, yeah. Does it? It doesn't get paid very well here. Right, okay. So now we're going to think what we're going to do on this one. Right, let's have a look, see what else I've got. I may do a bit more mixed mediaing on this one. Did I say I'd do a boat? See, I've got some more of this. I may layer that on. Like that. I think so. I think it looks nice. Let's go and do that then. I might Pritt stick it down. Should I say glue stick it rather than Pritt stick it? I might glue stick it down. Hold my card up. It's not finished yet. That's just I've got to wait for it to dry a bit more now. But you see all the mixed media stuff underneath coming through. But as I say, it's just going to dry off a little bit more. Do you know, I always forget to do that hold up to the camera thing. I'm really bad at this, aren't I? Because what it is in reality is I'm not really I don't come on to show you anything in reality. I just come on to hang out. Hang out together, get my channel some views, hang out together, and keep me company while I de-stress after work. Especially when I have to go in when I'm supposed to, haven't had a day off for a blinking month. I'm almost going cray cray. You can actually probably hear it in my voice. Is that I'm sort of like into the you know, the woohoo zone. Because the yeah, I'm so tired. It is funny. I'm so tired. So who you guys been watching most this week? Give me a few names of Rebecca. Right, night Rebecca. I obviously missed that one. Night everyone, catch you again. Yes, thank you for dropping by, and hope to see you again soon, Rebecca. Good night. So tell me who you've been watching this week, guys. See, Elizabeth is off on her travels for her, was it her daughter's wedding? So I'm missing her. She's one I usually watch a lot. Then I watch Eileen, obviously. When she puts a new video out, I always go and watch. And I watch Anne-Marie Ridderhoff for her paint pourings, because I like to paint pour. I watch Cinnamon Cooney with her painting, because I paint along with her sometimes. I really like hanging out with Cinnamon and the gang. Then, you know, you'll see me pop up in other people's live streams when I've got the time. So, yeah, so I catch Dye Kirby occasionally, and I'll catch, occasionally I'll catch Melissa on her live streams, but not very often. Occasionally I'll catch Mary Dal. For a while there, I was catching her quite often on her live streams, but seems like whenever she's going live, I'm working. Now, so you know, it swings and roundabouts with who I get to watch. Nina, right, I love crafting but don't have a channel. No, you don't have to have a channel, you know, you just make your channel and give people love, and everybody else appreciates that. Nina Ribena, Lindsay, oh, of course Lindsay, yeah, and Eileen, of course Eileen. But the second name, Noit Berkovich. I don't know that one. Yeah, I watch Linda Israel too occasionally. It just depends on, you know, whether I can catch them or not. Noit Berkovich. Is that the name, Susan? Noit Berkovich? Because I'll check her out, because that's not a name that I know. Yeah, I love Lindsay's watercolour, actually. With the volume turned down, I watch Lindsay, if you know what I mean. Oh, thanks, Roz. Yeah, it'll be great when Eileen gets her computer sorted out eventually. She's great. Know it art, right? I'll give her a checkout. Hi, Fiona. Oh, and I've watched Fiona as well this last week, I think it was, as I was on my way to work. It was either, yeah, on my way to work or going to sleep. I can't remember which way round it was. Yeah, so is she an art channel then? Is she Susan and not just a crafting channel? Well, I'll certainly check her out. I'm just finding out whose people have been watching this week, Fiona, so that I can go and check out some more channels. Lindsay is Mountain Dew. Tea, Red Bulls all at once. Yes. Yeah. Oh man, I mean, I've got to really, I can't watch her first thing in the morning because she's just too loud. So she's a daytime viewer, you know, and with the volume switched down just a little bit. And I'm not being mean about that, because I really like her and I love her watercolor and everything else. And she passes on so much great information. She's, you know, a really, really good channel, and she doesn't mind helping you out and that. So yeah, you watch too hard to remember. Yeah, I know Fiona Jennings 644. I watch her occasionally. I remember the one thing Fiona did, which she did this little doll on a stand, and it was a little wire doll or something, and it was fantastic. Even though she's a shabby chic crafter, it was I really did like that little bit of art that she made. So yeah, she's been doing it for years though, hasn't she? So as I say, I've been watching Anne-Marie Ridderhoff. Sometimes Anne-Marie, she on her paint pourings. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Natalie. I really appreciate it, and have a good appointment. I hope everything goes well. Yeah, so Anne-Marie Ridderhoff, she does the paint pouring, but every so often she'll do she puts out a file that you can download and print off one of her micro, you know, she'll photograph a little area of her painting, a micro area, and she uploads a file, and you can download that bit of paint pouring, so you can have a bit of art to stick up on your wall for absolutely nothing at all. So, you know, she's if you like paint pouring, which I do, because I also watch Rio and Sace, and I've actually bought some of Rio's paint pour. So I watched some of Rio's. So I've bought one of Rio's canvases, and when it came through the post, it had a big hole in it. So I emailed her and told her how disappointed I was, because it was a Christmas present to myself. I'd bought one of her canvases. So, you know, I said to her how disappointed I was and blah, blah, blah. And not only did she say sorry and everything else, but she sent me 3 more canvases. It was like, oh my God, she didn't have to do that. Yeah, I've heard of Rick Cheadle, and some people you just don't gel with, do you? So, yeah. Jennifer Maguire, again, lately, yeah, I haven't watched her for a long time. I'm still subscribed to her channel, but I haven't watched her for a long time because I've sort of gone off card making at the moment. Fiona Jennings, Fiona has been doing it for years and years and years. Ricky's great. You like Rick, Roz? Roz has been doing paint pouring too, and I'll be doing some more paint pouring soon. I've just got to set up a way that I can paint pour in this new house without ruining the carpets. You know, it's like I've got to do it safely, because the last house we moved out of that we were renting, I had to pay $500 for the carpet because my son had spilled a drink on the carpet, hadn't told me, and so it stained the carpet. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to lose $500 out of my deposit. Yeah. You're back to card making again. Yes, Ross. Yep. I love card making. So I'm thinking now I need an inspirational quote to go in the middle of this one. I don't want to, I quite like it. It's got a little bit of depth in that. I might just put some shadow on this bit here. Go through here with some shadow and stuff. But I think I'm wanting to, I don't have any of those, you know, like, I don't have any Tim Holtz saying things or anything like that I can pull, you know, the rabbit out the bag. Rabbit out the hat, not the bag. Rabbit out the bag. Yeah, painting on carpet, not good. No, I don't want to do that. So I'm looking for an easel to stand on the floor as well, so that I can get. I've got an easel that stands on my desk, but I can't get to it because this room is a different shape, even though it's still a box. It's, you know, a different shaped box. So I want to do some more painting. I've got it in under me. I want to paint. So I'm looking now, thinking of what quote I'm going to do on this one. So that's why I'm just procrastinating, because I'm trying to think as well as talk at the same time, which is never a good move for me. What, talk and think? I don't think so. Right, quote is: inspiration. Okay. What I'm going to do is, sometimes what I like to do on these is to use the border of book paper, because it's sort of like old and yellowed, and so it doesn't stick out. Like if I put white on there, it'd be like really stark, and that's if I'm going to write it. Let's see. If I'm going to write it, then I like to do it on a little bit of yellowed book paper. Hold it up. Yes, you can help if you want. There you go. It's just a I just want to put a little positive quote on there. You mean on a canvas? I'm trying to paint pour on a CD to make a poster for my big glass, and it turned out pretty good. So I'm going to try some on campus for Christmas presents. Oh, right, you throw this one out. No, it's really good for going on, for writing quotes on pieces and that, just because it's already yellowed and doesn't stand out so starkly. And yeah, don't throw this one out because it's useful. It's like, you know, the yellow goes better than the white goes on some things. So let's see. You can help with the quote if you want. It's got to be a positive, something positive. Let's, am I going to use a pen? Now, see, look, I'm procrastinating. Let's see. Okay, sorry I went quiet. You know how it is when you're thinking. Yep, you do. And I'm not into that. I don't have enough room for it. I'm not into saving every little bit, every little piece. Nope. Those girls are looking at me. They're like, you know, come on. Get on with it. Oh, you're going. Hang on. Good night, Sue. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good sleep. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. My hands are a little bit cold, and when they start getting cold, it starts getting a little bit difficult to pick things up. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh. Yes, I do paint canvases. So trying to get better, and you only get better through practice, but it's not, the room's not quite right. And I admit I have to be in that right frame of mind to paint. Yeah, I do. $23. Good Lord, 23? I don't think we've even made it up to 11 today. Hang on. 23? Let me see what the temperature is here. Just having a look. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, yeah. 10 degrees. 10 degrees, but sunny. It's cold. There we go. Positivity is a choice. Oh, I choose to be positive. A little bit of an affirmation index card on that one. Yeah. Let's see what these girls want. Some white on their cheeks, I think. I don't know. It's sort of like, I don't know. I don't know whether I will or not. I might just leave them as a couple of little faded little into the background gals. Let's see. And yes, they just need to be a couple of little faded background girls, I think. Which one is that one? It's okay, I've got to check my pencils. This bottom girl is a bit cute. I don't think I'm going to do too much to them, actually. I was going to, but I've decided not to. Sometimes less is more. But he made me laugh in our live stream on Thursday, because she said that was the first time she'd realised that she could use her Posca as a watercolour. You know, what you have to do is you do this with your Posca, so you make your acrylic paint pen, so you can make a little blob in it, and then you just get your paintbrush, and you can actually paint with it as a little bit of like watercolor. She didn't know she could spread her Posca with water. Yeah, so obviously never watched my channel then. It's quite funny, first time she realized it. Though I must admit I prefer to smudge mine, smudge it in. Just, you know, I like to just dab a little bit on and then smudge it in. If you girls do watch my albums on the channel, can you leave me a comment so that I on the video, and let me know what you think. I'm not the best at telling people how to make an album, because as I say, you know, I do it just because I like to hang out. So yeah, I'm going to keep them in the background and just bring this out just a little bit more. Yeah, I like doing the smudgy. Your Poscas. Yeah. As I say, I'm having to wait for some, you know, I've just spent my money on my pastels. So the supply's got to wait until next month maybe. But I've got the electricity bill next month, so it might be the month after. So just got to continue to use what I've got. They are sweet, these girls, but this one's got a little bit of a funny face. I may try to sort her out after, but I've got to try and find another one to see where her face actually is, because it's kind of lost a little bit. Maybe it's her hair. Anywho, so I've got one more. I'll leave those gals as they are. And what am I going to do with this one? This one obviously needs some work on it. Well, thank you so much for that, Susan. Mitch Scroggins. Nice. Scroggins. That's almost like Scroggins. I'm sure that I know someone back in the UK with the last name of Scroggins. Well, thanks, Fiona. Mitch. Scroggins. I'm just trying to think what her first name was. Scroggins. Oh, for goodness sake. Why can't I remember? Oh. I worked with her for several years. Now I'm annoyed. Now I can't remember her name. No, if I stop thinking, it'll probably come to me a bit later. Anyway, thanks for coming and having a good. And it's all right. I just got a message on my thing from the city council. I was just like having a look, see what it said on the computer. Does look a bit marine-ish, doesn't it? Mitch or Licia? Mitchelicia. Yeah, Mitchelicia. My husband's German last name. That's great. Scroggins, yeah. I know someone else of that name, Scroggins. Well, it wasn't Mitchelesia, I can tell you that now, Mitch. That wasn't her name. Oh, darn it. It's giving me a headache trying to think as well. Okay. I'm just having a look at this. And knocking my things on the floor while I'm doing it. I'm just turning around to have a look. See, look, I've got more blue. Right. Let's have a bit of fun with this. Let's see. I am sure that. Ooh. That wasn't what I was going for, but ooh, look at that. Wasn't what I was looking for at all. What do you think of that then? Wow. That wasn't what I was going for. I was going to say, in this one here, in this little bag of bits left over, I have got a big, fat fish. The trouble is, he's too big, isn't he? He is too big. Look at the size of that. Oh no, that's too much. Okay. Ooh. I'm just going to turn this one down a little bit. I'm going to put another layer on because I want to tone it down. I would gesso it, but let's not. I'm going to tone this puppy down just a little. It's not what I'm looking for, though. I got distracted. Because I know I have something else. Let's see. I'm going to tone it down. Now, normally I'd do that with the gesso, but I had some out and don't want to get any more out because I wasted the other because I mopped it up. So let's not waste that. Okay? Yep, sorry. That's the marine thing gone. Yeah, it's just that this needs more work because it isn't anything yet, really. So it just needs a bit more work until I keep going until I feel it, you know, until I feel what it is. Should I smush an eggshell on it? No, just kidding. Just kidding. If I go like this and put my hand in the way, you're going to tell me because I've moved my camera from overhead because I kept bashing my head on the stand. So I've moved it to the side and now I keep putting my hand there. So you're going to tell me if I rest my hand there too often. And although the overhead was a better angle, it just, man, there's nothing I could do, but my stupid head just kept wanting to hit it. What, just to keep going until you're happy with it? Yep. Yep, till it feels right. Oh dear. Let's have a look. Oop. Okay. Let's do some circles. As I say, because I'm not feeling it yet. Oh, I missed my voice. The old circles never fail, do they? Hang on a second. I've got a call from my little one. Hello?
Mommy.
Yes?
You just said she wants to get it cut now, basically because the TV's on.
Oh, right. You're not coming around?
Do you want to go around now or not, Stasia?
Not.
I found a cool one. There you go. She can't be bothered to... See, I found a cool one.
You found the cool one, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's cool. She can't be bothered to give up the TV.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Maybe maybe you need to ask. What's her name? Charlotte. Really nicely. We don't do this. You have a rocket on your nose.
I have a rocket on my nose. Okay.
Crafting. Do you think Nanny's recording?
Yes, she is.
Crafting. Are you crafting?
Yes, I am.
Should we leave her to do her crafting? Should we leave her to do her crafting on stage? No. I told you with this smile. Look, Margie, I took me and you.
Okay.
That. Okay.
I'm doing a live stream though.
Okay, so say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Stop taking photos of Nanny. Stop it. Say bye to Nanny then. Bye. You don't want to go get your hair cut? No. Can't be bothered.
I can come round tomorrow after work.
You know who will be here then?
Yeah, but what time?
Yeah, you can. Between 4 and 5 normally.
Yes.
Right. Right.
I can come round after work tomorrow. When she finished school? When she finished preschool?
What time do you finish preschool? 2.
2.
So we can wait and see if he cuts it.
Okay. Next time then.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Oh. I accidentally hung up on her then. That's a good little Kiwi voice, huh? Oh. My oldest sister-in-law makes beautiful crafts. She makes beautiful things for all my sister-in-laws and gives me all of her goof-ups. It's official. She's jealous of my heart. Yes, I do have a tripod. Just keep her. That's what it's on now. Actually, is a little tripod. I have a big tripod too, but yeah, it's not quite big enough to go over the shoulder thing for how my desk is. You know how it is. You know how it is with these things. Sometimes it's really difficult to get the angle of the dangle. The angle of the dangle. Yeah, I was going to go and cut her hair, but she's watching telly now, so she doesn't want her hair cut. I can't compete with television. So I am going to put white on there too. And so I am just going to try and put out a little dot. Let's do a bigger cap. Oh, that's a big blob, isn't it? That's no good. Now see, take me a little while to get back into it now. Yeah, no. Lost my flow. Lost my Orinoco flow. You didn't see what she was doing with me on the chat there. She put in the little they now have games on Messenger, and she plays the game with me. I had the spacecraft on my nose. But she's off to her dad's tomorrow, so probably won't get to see her now again until next week. Shared custody and all that stuff. Just changed preschools, so she's quite happy with that as well. A new preschool, ready for when she goes to big school. So she just changed to the preschool that is attached to the school that she's going to. She's she'll be 5 in June next year. Just got to put that bit down because it's just come up. Yeah, tears yuck on the custody business. He has her 5 nights out of the 14. So she disappears for, you know, basically a week that we don't see her. It's quite distressing, actually. But never mind. It's the way the world is, isn't it? Can't have everything. Your grandchildren are 7, 8, 13, 14, 16, all girls. My oldest granddaughter is 10, going on 25. Yeah. So now I think it's grandchildren. So you've got one boy, or only one child that's produced a grandchildren. Man, scary stuff, isn't it? When you think about grandchildren. Grandchildren. Wonder if I've got tissue paper. Let's see if it will do it on this with some VersaFine. I'm not sure it will. I'll have to make sure I dry it properly before I try. I'll give it a go though. Might be too porous for it. Too porous. You have 3 boys. Ooh. Well. I just had one of each. I could safely give up after that. You don't need to have any more once you've got one of each, do you? Stupid cold hands. Hardly get them working at all. Don't want to turn the heater on because I'm not going to be in here for too much longer, am I? So, because I've almost finished this one. It's actually so hard to stamp when you've got mixed media and you've got all those bobbles and everything on the paper. It's just not worth even trying to use a stamp on it. So it's better to, if you have tissue paper or anything, to stamp on the tissue paper and then just add your image on like that. Once I got any bit of bump on there, then I'd go for something else. Yeah, I collect tissue paper that you know, kind of, when you buy something from a store, it usually gets wrapped in this white tissue paper stuff, and so I collect that to use for little stamped images that I want to put on anything. So this is the back of a napkin paper, and it's a little bit fragile, and it might just end up being too transparent as it dries, but we'll see. Might be okay, who knows. The good thing about boys is they don't go through bathroom tissue. Oh, Susan. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I do sometimes. But it just depends what look I'm going for, doesn't it? So I've occasionally done sandpapering. But, it's not a technique I use very often. Got this fab little hawky birdie stamp there, and so I'm just going to work now to bring him forward and pop everything to the back, and I'm going to look for another imagey thingy thing to go on there, which might be nice. Which is another bird which I might pop on there like that, but I will have to work because they look like they're having a bit of a fight. But I'll have to, as I say, I'll have to work to get the images to come out. I'm going to put the background into the background where it belongs. Look at that, I'm so bad I didn't even bother to clean off my stamp. I'm a nasty crafter. I'm really bad. I should look after my things a little bit more carefully than I do, but it's mixed media, and with stamping, when I was making lots of cards, I would keep everything meticulously clean, and but you just don't have to do that with mixed media. Even a thumbprint looks good. It's like, no, let's not bother. Okay. Oh, some people just don't choose to have children either, do they? One of my younger sisters said she would never have kids, and we were all shocked when she did, because she really meant it too. So it came as a big surprise to everybody when she had her children. Oop, just took his tail off. Got a bit aggressive with that. Got to be careful with these things sometimes because they're fragile. The black one's almost lost, isn't he? We'll sort that out though. We'll sort it out. Might put it down as another layer yet if I don't like how it turns out, but we'll see. See how it goes. Because I can always change my mind. Oh, can you hear my pen scratchy, scratching? Hello, Ciara. Gotta go. Okay. Bye, Ross. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, as always. See you again soon. Take care. So start pulling in from the background. Do they look like they're having a fight over the city? Maybe, maybe not. So hi, Ciara, and thanks for popping in. What time is it with you, Ciara? It's getting colder by the second. Man. I think I'm just going to leave this as kind of an abstract piece. I'm not sure yet, but I may do. Abstract birds fighting over the city for control of the territory. Those naughty birds. It's 10:43 in the Heartland, US. 8:43 in Washington. Yep, almost 4 o'clock for me. I don't know, is it almost 2 o'clock for you, Fiona? Say, I think I'm going to leave this abstract. Might be nice. Something different, 3 different cards. Not sure whether the buildings there was a good choice. I might go over them actually, knock them back a little bit with some gesso. May have to. May just be too dark and overwhelming. Or I could try some white Posca on there. Let's see. Let's take it back a bit. Especially around here. It depends what you're doing with them there. Depends what you use them for. Honest to goodness. It does. Now this one is cardstock and it's actually quite sturdy. This one is cardstock as well, and yep, quite sturdy. And this one is a little bit more fragile because it doesn't have as many layers on it as these two have. But I think that it's still going to be thick enough. But I only put mine into my albums anyway, so unless I use them for card making. And then even when you're card making, you're sticking them onto cardstock anyway, so doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So it's totally up to you. It depends on what you're using them for. When I stick them into my albums, I don't put a backing on there because they'll be stuck onto cardstock anyway. So there. Yes, it would be good to just like all be on together and just have hanging out, man. I miss having people to actually craft with. But this is, you know, the closest you get to it, really, isn't it? Is doing a live stream, having people in chatting to you as you're just making something, or if you're at home and you're making something and you're just, even if you're just listening to the live stream, it's like being there with someone, isn't it? Mozzies, it's in 30 minutes it will get dark, but all the bugs are already out. You have bad mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes, but then again, I don't know anybody who does like mosquitoes. That's my watch telling me to get up and walk. I wonder what that noise was. They're saying, come on, stop being lazy, get up and walk. Yeah. I like live streams. And sometimes I'll rewatch them as well as I'm falling asleep at night. If I can't get to sleep, I'll put on a live, the video recording of a live stream, and then just fall asleep with it playing in the background. I'm bad. I got it bad. Sometimes I'm a terrible sleeper. Cat lies on the bed with me, cooched up, and he's blind, but he can sort of, out of the one eye, he's only got one eye, and so he'll go right up to my laptop and he'll put his little chin right up close on the laptop, and sometimes he's got it pressed on there so hard he'll pause videos or change channels, or with his little chin pressed on my trackpad, and it's a pain in the booty, but he loves it. He loves it when I have the computer on in bed, the laptop on in bed. I don't know why they're sort of like in the sky and fighting with balloons and things there. I don't know. Crazy. That is a crazy page. Crazy page, for sure. I don't know, sometimes these pages just appear. Oh man, isn't that weird? How in some places you can't get a mosquito bite, or maybe your body composition changed in 2 years. You fall asleep watching videos too, Fiona? I used to always go to sleep listening to Michelle Pipeline when she had her channel before she gave it all up. Always used to listen to her and fall asleep. I loved her voice. It was the worst day for me when she gave it all up. My sleep patterns were never the same. She really was one of my favorites to sleep to. Oh, yeah, Mitch. Yeah, he had eye ulcers, and so he had to have the one eye removed because of the ulcer, and they operated on the other eye, and on his other eye he's got a film across the whole of his eye. Makes him look so evil, but he's not. He's the sweetest cat. He loves to cuddle up on the bed. Jeez. You see my sad old hands now. Mustn't put these lids back on too tight. Yep. I love Michelle's voice. I'd watch her boiling a cup of tea if she talked her way through it. 19 years old. Wow. You did have a long and happy life. Fabulous. You took good care of him. He's lucky to have you for a mom. For sure. Probably went too dark just there. I shouldn't have done a dark one there, should I? I should have done a light one there. Let's see if I can lighten that up. So I lost him again. It's a bit silly. I was watching chat and not thinking about it, really. Oh, yes. I remember you saying now. Very funny. Oh, man. Susan's cat had kittens. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I got this one after he had his eye removed. Because he was a stud. He was a stud. So he's a purebred, but he was a stud. And after the breeder couldn't show him, of course, she had him, you know, desexed, and then I took him after that. So yeah, must have been quite a shock for him, you know, to lose his eye and his harem. I bet he was thinking, what did I do? Poor thing. To lose your eye and your harem as well. Oh, 10 kittens. Did they all survive, Susan? Did all the kittens survive? So basically, I have finished. Yeah. It's kind of an abstract one, isn't it? Cute. Thanks, Fiona. One died in the night and another the next day, so we have 8. Yeah. It's difficult when they have huge litters, isn't it? And it's also difficult to have cats. I've never had kittens, you know, of my own. Had kittens, you know, from any of the cats I had, because I do get them desexed. So And it's only the last, I don't know, few years that I've had, you know, purebred cats. So that's something that's come to me with older age. I always had rescue kitties up until a few years ago. And then I was given a Persian cat for my birthday, and that was it, man. I never looked back. Because I'd always had tabbies and that, you know, and they were never super affectionate or anything. But the Persian cats have always been affectionate, always been lap cats, always loved being cuddled and kissed. And, you know, it's like, oh. So I was hooked from the first. Always seems like the best, sweetest people and pets have to go through the worst things. It's the hardest thing. Our cats and dogs have such short lifespans. Yeah, that's true. It's true. That's why I have the channel name that I have, because it's my cat was called Carson. And so my channel's named after him. He was my first Persian, and he was the sweetest, most loving cat. He used to come running into the house. We had the cat flap, and he used to come into the cat flap, but he didn't just come into the cat flap. I'd be upstairs in bed. He used to come in through the cat flap with a great big bang. You'd hear the cat flap go bang. And so you knew he'd just come in, and then you'd hear this pounding up the stairs, and then from the doorway he would take a flying leap onto the bed, come running right up to my face, and then he'd drop whatever present he'd got me right onto me. Luckily for me, it was usually a stone, a little pebble, a little stone, or a twig, or a leaf, and you know, because it could have been so much worse. But you'd always hear him. He'd just go bang, and then up the stairs, whoo, flying leap onto the bed, bam. He was a crazy cat. Loved him to bits, man. Yep. Okay. Thanks for coming in, Fiona. I really enjoyed you being here. Thank you very much. I am subbed to your channel, by the way. So it's just that I don't often, you know, if you're on other people's lives or anything like that, I won't see it. But if you're on live, I will see it, but I won't often get to join lives because I work so much. My life has been nothing but work for the last month. I need to catch up with lots of people's channels and leave them love. I do try to comment when I visit a channel. So yeah, I've got to go now. Need to wash up and get rid of you know, the evidence of my cat around the house and that before before tomorrow. And yeah, lots of cleaning to do now. So I'll say good night to everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. And thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.